We rolling?
We're rolling.
All right, girls and boys, we're rolling. Let's roll. We're gonna take a walk out into our Ontario winter weather that just kind of showed up today. And I'm just gonna give you all a little update for this video. So we've got one of the 52 Chevys sitting outside. Look at this wonderful weather we got going on here in Ontario. So that truck is kind of put outside. It was put outside a week or so ago because it had some other projects going on in the garage. I think we'll keep the heat in the garage and we'll come back in. And I'm back on the quarter scale project a wee bit. Of course, my 52, not really much going on with it. Other than I've been taking measurements off of it for the quarter scale project. So basically I started on the cab, and my idea, we can flip. You want to see my scribbles? Here, I'll show you my scribbles. Look at my scribbles. I got lots of scribbles, lots of numbers, just trying to get the dimensions right. So this is the back of the cab. We got the trim line carved in it. I decided instead of carving the foam out of one giant cube that I would do it in pieces. So basically I got the back lower part of the cab. I have the front cowl, which this thing has been a pain in the butt just because there's so much going on with it. I had to start for the trim line where the windshield is, which is right here. I did have it carved in, it just didn't look right. Somehow I messed up my measurement, had to add an inch of foam. No big deal, just glue it on. Not much we can't do. So basically I figured this trim line right here, it's got a little bit of a curve. It's got a little bit of a upward downward curve, but yet the piece of glass sits perfectly flat. So it's really hard to get the foam like this. I'm gonna do what I can. Now this is for a quarter scale big boy toy, I guess you could say. So I'm not gonna get too crazy with making it identical. So I came up with, instead of trying to carve it into the foam, why not take just a small piece, scribe some lines, round this off, like basically a piece of trim coving, and glue it on. So basically I did a small piece. It's got the corner. So this basically is gonna be glued on. Something like that. Now this where it curves around the corner will be collected with the door, and then I'm going to have to create. So that will come around here, interconnect with the door, and then this piece of the A-pillar will be fabricated either in. I'm going to try and do the roof kind of in a one-piece manner, carved out of foam. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be challenging, but yeah, so basically that will get glued on. It's not gonna have the curve as much this way or the curve as much this way, but I think in the end I can manipulate it a little bit and I think it will look just fine. As far as the quarter scale truck, I can show it. We can put the back piece on. I don't have the front piece quite yet carved. Made it fit. Basically, the idea is get all the pieces fit, get the roof on, then I can fit the doors in between. Tape these off with some masking tape and then carve off the doors to match basically these two pieces here. that's the idea. So enough about that. Our little quarter scale. I have also been our last video where I was jumping the rake out in the schoolyard. I pretty much broke all of the plastic on the front wheels. So basically, still working on those alloys. Not sure whether to go with a solid or whether to go with the holes. Haven't decided, but I got a front one spun up out of a piece of aluminum, and I don't know, I kind of like them solid. I think they look pretty cool solid. My preference. So yeah, still spinning up blocks of aluminum, trying to get these pieces of aluminum as light as possible for machining. I've been practicing doing pouring with foams and stuff. I'll show you this. I'm not going to spend too much time on this little apparatus I made. Of course, like most people, I YouTubed it, found some ideas, came up with my own hot wire. Basically, I've got adjustable horizontal, adjustable vertical, and I can put this over to these other screws and do 45s, 30s, whatever angle I guess I really want. I'll just do a quick foam cut. Basically, I'm running off of a 12-volt car battery that is run down to about 8 volts. Seems to be right where it likes the power. And I got an old antique sewing machine foot pedal. So I'll just do a quick horizontal. There we go. There we go. Got a nice little slice. Comes out pretty even. I'll switch my little alligator clips over. That's all I do to switch wires. I just use alligator clips. This wire goes under the box to the bottom. So you can cut here. I have this board. Basically, it's a board with a cutout and a nail. And I think it's pretty cool. So I can slip that over the nail. And this is my slide. Kind of like a table saw, I guess. You get the wire going, push it in. I'd have this marked with a line, so there we go. Just got to go gentle, pull it out. There we go. We got ourselves a nice round cylinder. I think it's pretty cool. So the idea of building the hot wire was I got these things hanging over here. I'll just throw a piece of wood in the stove. I got these were made out of styrofoam. They're covered in plaster. The idea is we bury them in the dry sand, we pour the aluminum, and hopefully we come out with something a little bit closer. These are going to be for the front alloys for the Rayco. My hopes is to cut down on machining. Instead of carving for my solid billet or ingot, get a little closer to the actual shape of the wheel. It would just be a whole lot less machining. Not that I don't like machining. I do like machining on my lathe. But, spending a couple hours just to get here from a solid piece, I would prefer more like a half an hour. So we've been doing the dry sand casting. We did this. I did this a couple nights ago. This was just foam without plaster of Paris on it. It's kind of grainy, but the fact of the matter is that it works without plaster. It's just a lot of work to finish it. It's very grainy. I tried my hand at another one. It was supposed to be an eagle, and I know you're all gonna laugh. You know, I really don't know what it looks like. Kind of looks, I don't know, maybe a shit hawk. I don't know. It was a fail in my eyes. I've been having issues with crap in the aluminum. I'm not gonna reuse the cuttings from the lathe. I found that the cuttings from the lathe basically turn into stuff like this, which is, I don't know what it is. It's garbage. I have to scoop it all off the surface while it's in the hot melt. So basically I'll just be melting down the ingots I've made in the past and other nice chunks of aluminum. So I hope that was a good enough update for this video. Showed you lots of stuff that I'm working on. There's always little projects in between those projects. But for now, I hope to get another video right out quickly after this. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'd like to hear some comments. So, till the next video, peace, later.